As always, we love talking with Jared, and especially after wins, and that was one heck of a win this past Sunday against the Chicago Bears. Jared, thanks for being with us. And what does it say about your team that on a day where you guys weren't as sharp that you still won? What does it say about the Detroit Lions?
Yeah, it just shows that we can kind of keep winning in a variety of ways, and sometimes it's overcoming some stuff, and sometimes we're able to play a cleaner game than that. But this one was a weird game, and we were able to overcome some mistakes and win the game.
I love the way that you addressed it after the games with the three interceptions, and you said, look, a couple of those interceptions, that's just the cost of doing business in the National Football League. Do you feel like every quarterback has to have that same mentality so you can just throw it away and move on to the next series?
Yeah, to be honest, those are the easier ones to get out of my mind, are the ones that I don't feel like I could do much about. And things happen, ball bounces one way, guy runs into a guy, and crappy things happen sometimes, and you got to move on pretty quickly. There are some mistakes in that game though that I absolutely can do some things about and be better with.
Okay, take us into the huddle as you're coming off the sidelines. You're down 12. There's 4 minutes to go. The game has gone the way the game has gone. What is running through Jared Goff's mind?
Yeah, how quickly can we score and get down the field and get points on the board? And had a pretty good feeling about us being able to move the ball like we did in the first half and the end of the first half, the 2-minute drive. Just trying to meticulate the ball down the field and get ourselves in the end zone.
There are plays, like obviously that first drive, you want to score before the 2-minute warning. The deep shot to J-Mo was a big play. Is there anything else from that drive that maybe is underappreciated or something that, was an audible or that the fans wouldn't realize just watching on TV or at the stadium that also stands out to you?
I don't know which drive it was on. I can't quite remember. But I checked it down to Gibbs, and he was about to get tackled in the middle of the field, and he actually broke a tackle and got maybe 10, 15 more yards and got out of bounds. I can't remember if it was on the first or second touchdown drive.
It was the first drive. It was the first drive.
Yeah, so that was huge. That was really big, and to be able to get out of bounds and pick up some extra yardage on what would have been a regular 5-yard game is pretty big.
I've got a couple more about these last couple drives because they were fascinating. The second drive, David Montgomery, you guys went draw play right before the 2-minute warning, and right before the ball was snapped, you said kill, kill, kill. You knew the clock was going to stop. Did you audible into a run play there? He went for 12 yards.
It was just a play we had called. Yeah, I mean, we had 2 plays called, and it was the look for the first play was not there, so I went to the second one, and it worked out. I think that was a great call by Ben, being able to know that we can run the ball there and know the clock's going to stop regardless.
And then the final play of that drive, 26 seconds to go. When you go handoff with no timeouts, I'm assuming there's 2 plays called in the huddle, and if he doesn't score, you guys know what you're doing next?
Yeah, we got to get on the ball and do something pretty quickly if he doesn't score there, and we were aware of that.
Yep.
Would you say that to say you get into a zone, it seemed like the way things worked, you had the 2-minute drill at the end of the first half, the 2-minute drills basically are the hurry-up offense you're running at the end of regulation. It's like you channeled your inner Frank the Tank answering that debate question in old school. Is that accurate? And what does it feel like in that hurry-up offense for you?
I joked about it. I wish we could have just done that the whole game. We felt pretty good in it. It puts us in a rhythm, and we've been pretty successful moving the ball at times this year in the 2-minute stuff. And I think more than anything, it regulates the defense and forces them to simplify what they're doing and puts them on their heels a little bit. When you're able to get chunk, it backs them up a little bit. It slows down their pass rush, and it's really hard for a defense.
Each of the last couple of weeks, your offensive coordinator has made some ballsy calls, to say the least, with running the football in situations you wouldn't expect it, whether it was 4th and 5 or running the draw play at the end of regulation. Does he get his pants tailored?
No, I don't. Yeah, you'll have to ask him about that. I think he calls the right play based on the situation, and typically we've got more than one called, and if we don't get the right look, I'm able to get to the other one. But we have gotten a good look for the run in a couple straight weeks, and it's been good hits for us.
I've run out of ways to ask you how good Amon-Ra St. Brown is, but it just feels like if he is an intended target, you're going to complete a pass. Is he the ultimate quarterback security blanket? Because he's just seems like he's always open and so reliable.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Every time we kind of target him, it seems to be caught, and it's a pretty good feeling to have. And he gets himself open. He's got a great feel for the game. He's got great hands. He's tough. He does everything right. I could go on and on and on, as you guys know, but yeah, I love playing with him, and he's a fun guy to play with.
You got drilled in that game against the Bears. Took some time to get yourself back up. Was that the hardest you've been hit all season?
It really hit the ground hard. I don't know if I got hit hard. I hit the ground pretty hard. I don't know if it's the hardest I've been hit all year, but that was my own fault. Got to throw the ball away and protect myself.
Is that generally what happens? It's not so much the hit, it's the impact that you make when you hit the ground?
Typically, yes. Yeah, typically. Now, there's a lot of rules protecting the quarterback now where they can't really fall on top of us like they used to. But yes, typically it's hitting the ground. The guy hitting you sometimes hurts. Most of the time it's the turf.
What does a win like that do for a locker room? Are you guys getting so accustomed to winning that it's just, hey, another one and we chalk it up? Or does that even boost you even more, the way you guys are playing, and to be able to win a game like that?
Yeah, I think it boosts us. It just gives us that, continued stamp on our belief in each other and belief in, it's not over till it's over type of thing. And I think, all the teams that I've been on that have been special and been good, you find ways to win in the fourth quarter that sometimes are atypical. And, sometimes it's a guy making a play, sometimes it's the ball bouncing your way, but typically it's your best players showing up when it really matters. And I thought in the fourth quarter on all sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams, that's what we had, and it really showed. And Hutch finishing it off there on defense was huge.
Short turnaround with the game coming up on Thursday. I'm sure there are advantages and disadvantages. What are the advantages of having a game on a short turnaround?
The advantage is well, certainly for us, is that we're at home and we don't have to travel to it. That's an advantage. And I think sometimes the game plans get simplified and you're able to play a little bit more freely at times. And I've had some of my better games on Thursdays, so I enjoy playing on Thursdays.
So clearly that's the focus. The big picture here, you guys are chasing the NFC North title, chasing Philly for the 1 seed. What would the 1 seed mean? How important would something like that be for the Detroit Lions?
Yeah, I can't even go there right now. It's so far away. We're just past the halfway point. Of course we want to keep winning games and give ourselves the best chances as we move forward. But we've really got to focus on what's in front of us. And right now it's the Green Bay Packers, and I know it's cliche and boring, but it's the truth.
Well, the one thing that is true that comes along with the 1 seed is home field. Is this emerging as one of the better home field advantages in the NFL?
Yeah, I think so. I really do. I mean, it's the best home field I've played in front of, and it's pretty fun. I've played in some pretty rowdy environments, and it stacks up right there with all of them. And it's a whole lot of fun to see them get loud on defense, and then they're very aware when we're on offense to be quiet. And it's a really, really fun atmosphere to play in front of right now, and I know they're having a fun time, and so are we.
Packers are coming off a big win over the Chargers, last-minute type effort just like you guys had. This team has really made some strides offensively, but defensively, they've been pretty stout all season long, really with one exception. That was when you guys lit them up for 34. Do the Packers look different or better now, and why?
Yeah, they've continued to improve all year, and I always think they're so sound, they're so well coached, and have great players, have a good front, have good linebackers, have good secondary. They're good on all three levels, and do a really good job of protecting shots and taking care of what they need to take care of over there. But we'll have a good plan and be ready to go.
Do you bring family in for this one because it's Thanksgiving? Where do you go after the game? Family, friends, just the fiance and the dog, teammates? What happens?
Yeah, I'll just be at home. Just enjoying Thanksgiving. Hopefully after a W, and it'd be my first Thanksgiving W, which would be nice, and be able to enjoy Thanksgiving dinner.
Do you miss having that traditional Thanksgiving, though?
I love playing on Thanksgiving. I love it. I think it's so fun, and I think it's so cool to be a part of this tradition. And it's nice having the early game, knowing you still get to enjoy the dinner and get the long weekend after. But I really do love it.
My last question for you, with the long weekend, we got Michigan State playing Penn State on Friday night at Ford Field, and obviously they got the big game on Saturday with Michigan and Ohio State. Would Jared Goff attend either?
I don't plan to. I plan to rest. Going to the Michigan game would be fun. I'm sure Hutch will be there, and I'm sure some of our guys will go. But yeah, that one looks like fun, and I'll be watching it very comfortably on the couch.
Well, if you change your mind, let us know. We'll get you up in the booth for Michigan, Ohio State.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you, Jared.
All right, guys.
There is Jared Goff, Detroit Lions quarterback, joins us every Tuesday here on Karsch and Anderson on 97.1 The Ticket.